Hey, what's going on, Chris? Today I feel like channeling my inner Casey Neistat with my cheap knockoff rack space shades. So your video last week on GameStop was really informative, very interesting, and obviously continues to not have me endeared to them as a company as much as I wish they were. So hopefully they can get things turned around. I never want to see, companies and see people put out of work and put out of jobs. But on that note, speaking of business, let's talk about YouTube. We're obviously growing, and I would describe us as that we've now become a medium-sized fish in a very small pond, and we're looking to jump into bigger ponds, obviously with our growth. But when we look at big time YouTubers like Phillip DeFranco and H3H3, and then obviously this all stems from the Pewdiepie and Wall Street Journal just a couple of months ago. It just is this interesting snowball. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is to not only tag those people in this video, but to really kind of get the idea that this issue, while it seems to be a snowball, we're adding on to that. I'm guilty of that right now. I'm talking to you about Wall Street Journal and YouTube and the issues with all the advertisers pulling out and how that's going to impact us as a channel. I'm talking about Phillip DeFranco going on and saying that he's concerned for smaller channels that are reliant on this as a source of revenue, which he's absolutely right. And the thing is that we're not obviously reliant on this as the source of revenue. There's no way we could start to think about supporting our families off of this platform yet. It would be great to be there. We want to get there. It's truly a sign of its times, because honestly, I feel like this whole thing would have blown over a long time ago had YouTube not talked about it. And when I mean YouTube, I mean the creators. Everybody going on and talking about this topic means people are watching this topic, means that it just continues to be a part of the conversation, when all you really need is a good 2 weeks for something else to come up that everybody gets upset about and moves on. Personally, as a young YouTuber, as somebody who's new to this platform, every day presents new information, a new challenge, but it's interesting. And at the same time, I feel bad because there are people who rely on this revenue. So, I do feel for those, just like I was saying with GameStop, those YouTubers out there that have made this big push to this platform. And then just the volatility of it, like there's the ebbs and flows. So right now, those big time advertisers have kind of pulled out. And the whole thing that I wanted to talk about is that YouTube just recently announced that you had to have over 10,000 views before you can start monetizing your channel. And I think that actually sounds like a fair system, but I'm coming from a perspective that we have over 10,000 views. So that doesn't necessarily impact us. And it did take us a while to get up to 10,000 views, but YouTube has to absolutely do something. So huge advertisers have pulled out of the platform. You've got Audi, Toyota, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, like the list goes on and on. These are big companies, not just boycotting the platform with ads, but even potentially boycotting the platform altogether until YouTube can figure this out. So they announced this week you had to have over 10,000 views to start monetizing the channel. Seems like actually a fair step, but this is coming from somebody who already has that and isn't necessarily impacted. We're also a channel that focuses on video games and inclusion and encouragement and positivity. I've never been concerned about the content we produce and being considered advertiser friendly, because that's not my goal. It's our goal is to build a solid community of people who love to talk about video games. And that is what we've been doing, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So it's really quite interesting to be an outsider while somewhat on the inside, and then watching this all unfold. So hopefully this is going to be a good start to be able to bring those advertisers back in, because no matter what, I don't think that the advertisers are going to stay away that long, but imagine 5-10 years, that's billions of dollars of lost ad revenue to YouTube and to its creators. As a creator, as somebody who puts content out on this site and somebody who wants to grow on the site, it would be great to see YouTube continue to succeed and to see it generate new media and new creators and new people who are fun and interesting to watch. Because not only do I like to make videos for this channel, I also like to see what other creators are creating In fact, I don't think I've watched as much YouTube as I have just this last year alone, having learned more about this process and learned more and engaged more with people and gone and found recommendations and YouTube creators. I don't really have a point to this. I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to have a conversation that is outside of the gaming thing and it's more on the YouTube side of it. And so I'm interested in your thoughts, Chris, about what you feel about the whole YouTube boycott, how you feel about it with the channel, and even anybody else who's watching this video who's a fan of our content. Like, have you guys been following the YouTube boycott at all? And let us know what you think. And also let me know if my glasses are stupid. So that's pretty much it for me. And so I thank you, Chris, and anybody else who's watching this video. And Chris, I'll totally see you next week. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out any other videos, you should click over here. And then we've got like some kind of vlog thing down here in the corner. And then we've got like subscribe. Yeah, like that's really, you should totally do it. This was a complete disaster.